Hello everybody, King of Dragons DJ here, and today I'm showing off my Cloudian deck for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm trying to make this deck a little bit better, so this is also good for suggestions in case you guys want to help me out with this. It was not so good with a recent Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament I was in yesterday. So, let's just start off with the deck. So, 3 Cloudian Sheep Clouds. They're usually there for just tribute fodder, and when you destroy them, I get 2 tokens, and the tokens can be good for fodder. So that's times 3. Then I got 3 smoke balls, again for tribute fodder and for a little bit of a wall to get. Times 2 for Cloudian turbulence. For each counter, I can get rid of them to summon a smoke ball. So they're pretty much like dispensers to give me some more monsters. Times 2 for Storm Dragon, which is there mainly to be a little bit more like support because it gives one monster a fall counter every turn, which can be good because these effects are really helpful. And now we got times 2 Acid Clouds, which are good because if you have 2 or more counters, you can take 2 counters to destroy a spell or trap card on either field, which is good in case your enemy just likes to throw out a lot of face down traps and spells. And then we get times 2 the Zero Stratus, kind of like Acid Cloud, except instead of spells and traps, you discard 2 counters to destroy a monster on the field, which can be good because most Cloudian monsters are really, really weak, as you can tell by the 900. Because Cloudians aren't meant to be super strong, but they're supposed to annoy the opponent because they can't be destroyed by battle. And you'll see my plan for this stuff later on. And then we get times 2 Poison Cloud. These can be destroyed by battle, but they have an okay effect where if they're face up and and a monster destroys them, they destroy the monster that killed this card, and the opponent takes 800 damage. So it's kind of there just to do a little bit of drain and to get rid of any possible threats that are going to come out on the field. So we're getting close to the end of the monsters. I have times 1 of a Ghost Fog, and what it usually is just for nothing but support, because if it's killed by a monster, it takes that monster's level and distributes it into the fog counters into all my monsters, just to give it more counters for better effects. And we get times 1 of Nimbus Man. What it does is it gets 500 attack points for every Cloudian monster you use to sacrifice to tribute summon this. So if I have 5 Cloudians on the field, and I tribute all 5, that's a total of like 2,500. So it's pretty much there to be a possible, a huge offense. So we're getting close to the key monsters now. Archlord Christia, times 1. If you have 4 fairy types of monsters, which pretty much most of the Cloudians are, you can special summon this. While it's on the field, nobody can special summon, and, well, obviously it has some decent attack. So it's kind of in there for possible help. So we got that. And then we got Athena, who's kind of a good role in this team, because whenever you summon a fairy monster, you deal 600 points of damage, and you can just tribute a fairy type and then special summon one from your graveyard for another 600. So it's in there for like a minor burn, and plus it has some decent attack power too. And this is the strongest Cloudian, well, it's kind of the strongest Cloudian. Cloudian Eye of the Typhoon. Well, unlike most of these, this one's an aqua, so it's not really a fairy. It has 3,000, and it has a decent effect where if it attacks all phase-up monsters except Cloudian monsters, or changes defense mode. So it's helpful. Like if I attack, like say something stronger than Cloudian, like a Blue Eyes White Dragon equipped with a Black Pendant, if anybody actually does that. When it attacks, it'll switch that monster to defense mode and still attack it, so I'll be able to kill it. And it can be destroyed by battle, yes, ultimate rare. Very shiny. And final monster is the Fog King, which I guess is kind of like a Cloudian monster. I mean, fog, blah, blah, blah. I think Adrian uses it, the guy in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX who uses the Cloudians. What it does, since it has 0, you can tell it has 0 attack and defense. You can tribute this without using tributes, 1 tribute, or just do the normal 2 tributes. And this monster's attack equals the added amount of all the monsters you use as tributes on this. So, like, say I sacrifice Athena, and Eye of Typhoon. That's a total of 5,600 for Fog King. So this can kind of be like my key card probably. Yeah. So, but just like Eye of Typhoon, this is a spellcaster, not a fairy. So that can kind of be a key card. Now onto traps. Call the Haunted, just to bring back something I really need. Solemn Warning, ×1, just pay 2,000 life to negate like a spell, trap, or monster effect, or just a summon. Raging Cloudian, because most Cloudians can be killed if you switch them to defense mode, so just in case it's a buy card effect, I can bring it back from the graveyard and give it 1 counter, because that's helpful. Bottomless, just to mess with people, and just in case, for threats. Now this is a key card in this game too, this deck too, Spirit Barrier. As long as I have a monster in the field, I take no battle damage, and seeing how most Cloudian monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, this would be very annoying for the opponent, and will actually be really helpful for me. So yeah, I'm trying to get some more spirit. I'm trying to get 2 more Spirit Barriers, because I think 3 would be actually really good. Mirror Force for when things get really bad, like overloading, and Threatening Roar to save my ass from some attacks, in case I don't get a good hand. Fog Control, where I can contribute 1 Cloudian monster to put three counters on another monster, which is really good for adding better effects. And like Spirit Barrier, this is another key card, Sanctuary in the Sky. So most of my Cloudians are fairy types, so I won't take battle damage from them if you attack them, which is very helpful since most of the fairy type Cloudians can't be killed by battle, which is very helpful. Monster Reborn, just same thing for Call the Haunted, or just to bring something really powerful back, like Cloudian, Eye of Typhoon and stuff. Moray of Greed, because most Cloudians are water types, so just so I can get some new cards in case this hand isn't really good. Pot of Avarice for when all my Cloudians and stuff are in the graveyard, because I kind of need those. Just to annoy the enemy by constantly respawning clouds. Salvage, same thing as Avarice, just to annoy the opponent and get some more Cloudians back in. Swords of Revealing Light, just for some helpful defense and to get some better cards. Valhalla, somewhat of a key card, because I can special summon Athena and Archlord Christia and other fairy types if I'm not on the field. Cloudian Squall as a support gives 1 counter every face-up monster on each standby phase. Mystical Space Typhoon, just in case somebody has a field spell or something, and I want to bring out my Sanctuary. Summon Cloud is kind of helpful because it's kind of like Valhalla, except I can special summon a level 4 or lower Cloudian monster from my hand or graveyard. But this goes to the this is destroyed if I bring something back from the graveyard, and not to the extra deck. The extra deck's not done yet, but it's doing good. Number 83, Galaxy Queen. Just to keep my monsters alive if they're the ones that can be destroyed by battle, and also in case if I have like Eye of the Typhoon or something like that, really powerful, because I can do piercing damage by detaching 1 XYZ material monster. Baby Tyrigan for just to attack directly. Yeah, I don't even know why I have that anymore. And number 10, Illuminate, just for some additional attack power, since most of the Cloudians are really weak, and since I can discard 1 card and draw another one, just in case if I have a bad hand, like I just said. So that's the Cloudian deck. I call this a Storm Cloud. And so if you guys have any suggestions, just leave a comment on the video. Comments are really appreciated, same like with suggestions and stuff. And I might be doing a few more decks soon, so I might make a few more of these videos. Alright guys, so that's the end of it, and signing off.